Welcome back to What's Now. It is also Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and here to tell us all about the top online scams right now is the USAA.
Hello, Christine.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month. Serves as a timely reminder that our online information isn't always safe. So today we're going to look at some of the top scams as identified by USAA and how to protect ourselves. Here with us today is Stacey Nash, one of the top fraud experts in the country and USAA's Vice President of Enterprise and Fraud Management. Stacey, thank you so much for talking with us today and helping us protect ourselves.
Thank you for having me.
So why do we need a Cybersecurity Awareness Month?
Great question. Cybersecurity Awareness Month provides us with a great opportunity, like right now, to raise awareness and kind of put a focus around some of the things that are happening from a fraud and security perspective that are impacting Americans. I think people would be surprised to hear that last year, 16 million Americans were directly impacted and victimized by some form of fraud or financial crime. And unfortunately, that number keeps going up. So the more we can get out and just raise awareness, educate people on the trends we're seeing, some of the scams that are out there, the more we have a chance of enabling people and equipping people with information so they can protect themselves.
What are the top scams you've been seeing in 2019?
So there's been a few, so I'm going to touch on three. So the first one is the romance scam. Sweetheart scam, sometimes it's referred to. You meet somebody online, you fall in love. A lot of the time it's overseas. You're going to actually be together, but the person has to come to where you are or you're going to go to them. Bottom line, right before that union happens, there's typically a request for money. You send the money and you never hear from the person again. Employment scam, another popular one that we're seeing that's really increased this year. Typically that happens where somebody will receive a phone call or an email and they'll be offered a job. And the thing with this job is you don't really have to do anything. You can do it from home, you hardly have to do anything. All you have to do is take a check that they send you. The criminal will send you a check and they'll instruct you to deposit it into your bank account and then disperse funds to a couple of different areas. When you do that, what they don't tell you is once you've transferred the money as per their directions and their instructions, the check they gave you bounces and you're out the entire amount. And the third scam that's impacting the whole industry is the imposter scam. We call it the imposter scam. It's where criminals are calling consumers and they're posing as their bank. So they'll call you and they'll say, I'm calling from your fraud department. I really want to talk to you about some of the transactions on your account, but before I do that, I just need to get your security PIN. I just need your security password. They ask for information that provide them with access to your accounts that a bank would never ask you for.
So how can you keep yourself safe against all of these scams?
So I would say the first thing that's really important is just be diligent. Be a little suspicious. I hate to say it, but ultimately too, if something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Ultimately, at the end of the day, call your bank. If something comes across your path and it seems a little bit suspicious, you're not sure, call your bank. I know I speak for my peers in the industry. We would much rather have the conversation before something happens rather than after it happens. I know at USAA, I would much rather our members give us a quick call and say, hey, I got this email, doesn't really feel right, I'm not sure, versus doing what the email says and then having to kind of pick up the pieces after the fact.
How are you fighting cybercrime at USAA?
So I'm blessed to have, a team of experts surrounding me that work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Their number one job is to protect our members. We're constantly trying to stay in front of the bad guys and the criminals. On a given day at USAA, just for reference, we stop and prevent almost $13 million in fraud from impacting our members. So our number one commitment is to be there for our members and to protect them, to watch what's going on and be in front of that. The other thing we've invested heavily in is multi-factor authentication. So strong authentication is critical. When you think about logging on or calling somewhere, especially your bank, you don't want to be relying on a password or information that's easily obtainable, especially with all the breaches we've had in the last few years. So we've invested in multi-factor authentication, multiple steps, many times involving biometrics, so a fingerprint or a face, something that somebody can't steal or obtain from a breach or get from your social media page.
So it's really important to follow our gut, be smart, and really take that extra time to do those extra security steps, because sometimes I just want to get to my account.
I know. I know. And there's a lot of effort underway to try and, we're always trying to strike the right balance between making it as quick as possible, but maintaining the security piece of it. So I absolutely understand.
I'm sure that's a hard balance to find.
It is.
Where can we get more information about everything we talked about today?
USA.com/security center is where you can find more information.
Well, thank you so much, Stacey, for talking with us here in Park City. Definitely important to keep ourselves safe, especially during Cybersecurity Awareness Month and really all year long.
Thank you so much.